and she kept saying, you know, I could either live a life, you know, as a gay guy and not be who I am and be surrounded with people, but live a lie. Or I could be who I am and be lonely. And that's why, neither of those are appealing to me, so I'm gonna go. And that's why there was no hope, because nobody is setting up anything for after the transition. And there's still stigma going on in that area, because over here is, you know, before the transition, you know, as you're a teenager, you know, taking blockers and all that stuff, there's resources for that. But afterwards,
hormones,
you know, upkeep and everything, nobody talks about that, and that needs to be talked about. There needs to be, you know, hope. There needs to be something positive to be said about life afterwards. People who are pansexual, people who would date trans people, there needs to be representation for that in TV. There needs to be representation of
even straight men and straight women, though. You know what I mean?
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. People who would be in a relationship with a trans person, you know what I mean? There needs to be relationships with trans women, and, you know, a straight man or trans women, and, you know, a pansexual girl or something. There has to be that somewhere on TV, somewhere in, you know, movies. We need to be seeing that, because nobody has hope.
Even, I mean, I've talked about this to you. It's like being a trans teen, not on hormones yet, but upcoming, something that you think about a lot is, like, in high school, everyone around you is kind of in relationships, and they're happy, and they're expressing themselves,
they're discovering their sexuality,
and you know what, like, that's great to watch. But then there's like me, who's like admiring someone, literally, like, would dream about being in a relationship, would dream about just like loving somebody, but like I know that that's going to be even more difficult now than it would have been if I was, you know, just stayed as a gay boy. But you know what? I didn't even, it's not that I didn't want that. I couldn't do it. I couldn't
You can't live your life as a lie. You can't.
And you know what?
You can't just not be who you are.
I have hope that someone will love me. But it's like...
There will be.
Yeah, I know.
Because by the time you get there, there's going to be a lot of stuff changing. And I'm going to say it. Shit's changing, you guys. So by the time Belle's done with SRS, and by the time she's out on the dating market, shit's going to go down. Shit's going to be changed. And shit's going to be different.
It's still going to be difficult, though. You know what I mean?
No, I know. But it's going to be very different than it is now. And that's something to look forward to.
But even now, like there's so much, like, to like a trans teen. Like, I can't say that it's stupid for a straight male to not want to date a trans woman, because I'm not a straight male. I don't know what their reasoning is, but like it's even to the point where, like, straight guys in my school, like, don't even like want to like my pictures on Instagram or on Facebook, or even like be friendly with me.
They're afraid of what people are going to think about them for that.
Yeah. Which
is fucking weird.
And it sucks. It's like, that kind of just makes me think, like, wow. Like, people are even scared to just, like, talk to me one-on-one, and because it's going to make them, like, have some sort of, like, bad image or something. Yeah. No, like I'm a person too, and I'm just, like, it's hard. And I've dealt with, like, the stuff that Leela has talked about. And it's hard. It's really hard. And, like, I think about it a lot at night. Like, what's my life going to be like in 20 years? Am I even going to be in a relationship? Is someone going to want me because I'm a trans woman and they have a fetish for that? Or because they just want to treat me as, like, a woman and recognize me as one? You know, and introduce me to their friends and not be, like,
be proud.
ashamed.
Be proud to be with you, you know? Like, that's one thing that really annoys me is, you know, like...
I've talked to you about it before.
Like, you know, like, people having, like, people fetishizing, you know, even just fetishizing race. Like, it's okay, yeah, I'm, like, into Asian girls, or I'm, like, into redheads or whatever. Okay, that's fine. But if you're literally, like, fetishizing their culture and, like, the way they look, and the, like, stereotypes that you have around their personality. And it's the same thing with, like, stereotyping, like, oh, I, like, really, really like trans women. You know what I mean? Or I really like, you know, some people will call it, like, trannies, right? Like, pardon my language. I don't want to be offensive,
hate that word.
But that's what it's called.
I don't like that word because I think that
it's not being
that
used
entire image of a tranny, it all goes back to pornography. And
you're sexualizing somebody's gender identity,
and that's something that, like, I'm not even, like, comfortable with.
Why would you even? Like, not everything needs to be sexualized. God damn. And you know what? Being a trans woman is sexy. You know what I mean? Like, be proud of it, but it shouldn't be, like, something that's, like, a category on a porno.
Like, I would love to be in a relationship, like, so bad, because, like, I have so much, like, love to give to people. I'm, like, just a normal girl, and, like, I'll cuddle with you, but, like, we'll hold hands, we can, like, bake, we can freaking work out together, even though
but you're not comfortable with your body yet.
I'm not comfortable with my body, and, like, I'm not comfortable doing sexual things, because, like,
you're not in your body yet.
I'm not. It's like, people don't know what it's like to wake up every day and feel like a stranger inside yourself. It's very easy for people to be like, oh, I support you, and like it gets better. Why can't you just be happy? It's like, I can't. Like, no. How can I be happy when I'm, like, not myself? You know what I mean? Like,
it's a constant struggle. If you really go down deep and think about it, and kind of try and put yourself there the way I try to put myself there, because you're my fucking best friend. And, like, literally, I know that, like, it's a feeling that you're used to, so you don't really, like, get, like, overwhelmed about it, like, all the time, you know what I mean? But whenever I think about it, like, how I would feel, like, being in your position, like, I get teary-eyed, because I'm like, I can't believe my fucking best friend is having to face all this shit when, like, to me, you're just my fucking best friend, you know what I mean? Like, it just sucks. Like, if you, like, actually go there, put yourself in that position, and then maybe you'll get it, you know? Even I can't ever really fully get it, and, like, because I'm never going to be in that position, but
it's just, like, it's literally not only, like, a lot of people only think it's a social thing. Like, oh my god, your parents just have to accept you, and then everything will be fine. No.
It's an internal struggle.
It's literally, like, if you're in the
Google
shower,
dysphoria.
If you're in the shower and you have to wash parts of your body and you just think to yourself, like, why is this here? Why is this taunting me? And, like,
this is not me.
Like, no, it's not. And it's kind of like, you know, I think to myself literally all the time, like, why? Like, why am I going through this? What did I do? Why am I, like, why should anyone have to go through this? It's literally the most disturbing feeling ever. It's not all about, like, looking pretty for me. A lot of people think it's just, oh, she puts makeup on and she's happy and she's a girl. No. Makeup is just, like, a cover-up. It's literally an everyday battle. And that's something people don't get. That's something that people don't get that Leela was facing. Not only, you know, wearing a dress does not make you feel like yourself. Wearing makeup does not make you feel like yourself. Like, in a way, it does.
It might make you happy and see a slightly more feminine or masculine version of yourself to do, more masculine things.
But it's still not...
You know, wearing a sports bra maybe to, like, flatten yourself out or whatever. It kind of gives you a boost. But you still aren't in the body that you need to be in.
And then even
that
after
matches
that...
your head.
But even after that, though, then you, like, think, like, I'm still not how I was meant to be.
It's just a piece of how it would feel to truly be in your body. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I know that I'm going to die never feeling like myself 100%. I know that. I know that I'm going to go through my whole life. And I'm sure maybe I'll have a vagina. Like, but that's not all it's about. It's just about feeling like complete. Yeah. And when you have to dilate every day because you have to make sure that your vagina doesn't collapse, that doesn't make you feel very, like, happy either. And, like, it's a very, like,
it's a constant reminder. Life. It's a constant reminder. Even
going on hormones is a reminder.
Even post surgery, it's a constant reminder. You know that you have to, like, maintain your body to, like, keep being a woman. or keep being a man. You know, I'm sure there's upkeep for, you know, being, like, SRS for going from female to male. You know, I keep saying, you know, or from being female to male, but I keep putting back emphasis back onto, like, trans boys, you know, because I know that there's a lot of, you know, publicity about trans girls and trans women.
There's a lot, guys too, though.
I know, but there's a lot of glamour, like, glamour, and, you know, drag queens and all that, you know, we never talk about the other side of it, you know.
I have a friend who's a trans guy, and, like, I know exactly what he's going through.
I have a friend who's, like, not out yet about it, you know, but I'm totally, totally supportive of them. And it's important to, you know, always mention, okay, yeah, trans girls, but also trans guys. You have to keep it
trans people, just trans
people. But you have to keep emphasis that there's also trans men that do exist. Because if you don't mention them, then they're going to feel
left
like,
out too.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just want to put it out there that's why I'm doing that, is because it's important to have, you know, representation for both situations.
Yeah.
Well, because there's a lot of, you know, like, glamorization and romanticization, you know, that comes out even, you know, with trans women. You know, they're kind of like, oh, putting on makeup. Oh, like, it just seems like a glamorous life to some people. That's
all people see is half of it.
Yeah, no.
They don't see the truth.
A lot of the time they only see the makeup, and they only see, like,
but they don't see the person
part of it.
They don't see the person. They don't see what they're going through. And even if I were to tell someone what I'm going through, they wouldn't listen because it's too much for them to understand.
Most people can't underestimate everybody, but you do have to acknowledge that most people don't want to sit down and hear that. I do, because I'm your fucking best friend.
Yeah, and because I listen to your problems. Stuff. I listen to your problems.
Yeah.
That's what friends do. I mean, like,
But I also care about this stuff.
But, like, most best friends get drunk and make out accidentally. We pop each other's zits.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, like, no. You know?
You've never popped any of mine.
I know.
You're like, oh, I can't do it. And I'm like, okay.
The last thing is just, like, Leela was a person. She was a person.
She was a woman.
Who needed to be loved. Who needed to be respected.
Who needed support.
Who needed, and just needed to feel like there was
hope in the future.
There was hope, and there was, like, there's resources that can help you so much.
Yeah.
Just if you ever do feel alone, like, it might not be 100% better, but it gets somewhere close to it.
There is at least progression. You know what I mean? There's at least something to look forward to every day.
Yeah, but you can't just blame it on yourself that you're not happy.
No.
We have to focus on people in society too. Because you know what? If trans people just advocate and advocate and advocate and no one listens, what's going to be the point in advocating anymore? People need to listen, and people need to do. They need to do the right things and just cut this stigma and just treat us like normal people. So that's all for this video. And if you guys have any questions, any other suggestions.
Yeah, like, okay, if anybody is curious about anything, if you need to be educated, like, on sexuality, like, just tiny message, you know, from me, because I know that Belle might get annoyed sometimes with all the questions that she gets.
But, like, if we do them together.
Oh, yeah, but if ever you have any questions about, you know, different sexualities, or even about trans issues, I'm sure Belle would love to answer you about that. But if ever, like, you don't want to go up to Belle because you don't want to annoy her or anything, because it does get much.
It's not, like, I'm annoyed, but it's just, like, I don't like always getting the same question over and over. It's like...
Yeah, if you're ever curious, I want to let anybody know, you know, that's in my circle that, like, goes to school with me or anything, you can come up to me and ask me, and I will totally answer your question for you, because I love educating people. I think it's important, and I do educate myself, and I'm always up to date on all of the new letters that are added to LGBTQA+, all that stuff. And I can answer your questions if you ever have any, if you're curious.
And if you want to see more videos from us together, because, you know, we
Yeah,
or like
leave
a
it
dynamic
down below.
duo.
Yeah.
Then just leave that.
And any video suggestions, maybe, on some topics that you'd like us to talk about.
If you like, just anything, just leave them down below, and it'll be greatly appreciated. And just smile and stay healthy.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys.
Wait, 1, 2, 3. Mwah.